Good Erev Shabbos, Parshas Matos Maseh. There's an interesting thing in this week's Torah portion, in a long story, where the Bnei Gad and the Bnei Reuven and Moses seem to be interchanging about many details, but one of them they're talking mostly about is how and under what circumstances they will join all the other tribes to fight on the West Bank after the East Bank has been conquered and Moses seems to be giving it to them. And they tell Moses that they'll pretty much do everything he asks after a couple of, maybe one indirect suggestion and one direct suggestion are made. And yet Moses keeps pressing for something else. Just when it looked like the deal was closed, he suddenly is backtracking way to the beginning and saying, if you fight, you get the land, and if you don't fight, you don't. What happened? What happened is that when they agreed and said they would go, they added a new thing which they thought was innocuous. And they said, we'll go as Moses commanded. Now, that seems not only innocuous, a good thing. They're saying to Moshe, we'll listen to you. And Moses turns to Joshua and the other leaders of the next generation. And that's when he says, if they fight, they get their land. If they don't fight, they don't. Now, he was talking to Joshua and the other leaders. And yet, nevertheless, it says that these Bnei Gad and Bnei Reuven answered Moshe as if they'd been asked something or told a comment. What happened? Moses wasn't talking to them. It was kind of like he was looking at this guy and talking to that guy. And so they picked it up and they turned back to Moshe and they said exactly what they said before. We'll go fight before Hashem on the other side, armed in front of everybody. But instead of saying, we'll do as Moses commands, they said, we will do as Hashem, as God commands. This was an amazing insight, because before that, Moses might have thought, well, they made a deal with me, that's what they think. Who says when I die, any month now, whether they'll keep the bargain? But when they understood that the command was coming from the master of the universe, he extended them the land immediately without any conditions. So you see, an amazing lesson. Now, it doesn't apply to a guy like me, but when you have a real good rabbi, someone who knows what he's talking about, learned all of Torah and Halacha and Talmud and all these things, when he tells you something, the lesson is, it's not just God talking. It's not just that rabbi talking, it's God. Now, not literally, he's not a prophet or anything like that, but he understands the Torah so well that you can guarantee that he'll be the one who delivers the Torah message to you for your life. Have a good Shabbos.